Here we go. We're going to have Alison Buckel today talk about, guys, how to get prepared for a huge Trainmore or Homeware week. So I know the Schneider agencies, we're going up to Richmond, Virginia next week for a big, awesome Trainmore. By the way, we just got the hotel information last night with Nicole. So she's going to be sending an email with the hotel information. We'll be arriving there by 6 o'clock on Sunday for dinner and a quick little meeting. But she'll be sending that out here the next few hours. But super pumped. But we have Alison Buckel today talking on how to get prepared for a huge Trainmore week or Homeware, whatever your situation is. So go ahead, just take tons and tons of notes, write these things down, and let's go make it happen. Over to you, AB.
Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. So basically it's just like Kyle said, right? We're going to go over how to set yourself up for an awesome rockin' Trainmore, which obviously is next week. Like he said, we're doing Richmond, Virginia, or bust, River City. At any rate, the first part of the message is that anybody can have a great Trainmore or Homeware week, right? So whether you're going to Richmond or you're not, either way, the point is it's going to be great, right? You can set yourself up for success. That's kind of what we're going to talk about. Everybody knows on Trainmore weeks, you've got other extra incentives, right? So even more of an incentive than usual to write as much premium as you can, right? Protect as many families as you can. So that's kind of one of the take homes. Now, obviously, if you get to go to the Trainmore, and I hope to see you there in Richmond, then you've got that camaraderie and that fire burning. You have annoying people like me there that's revving your fire if you don't got it, right? So that's a great thing about being able to make it to Trainmore if your agency is sponsoring one like in Richmond, Virginia, like we are this time. At any rate, that's just kind of throwing that out there. Now, as far as any kind of secret sauce, right? Everybody's always looking for secret sauce, which the joke is there isn't any, right? There is no secret sauce to this biz. So secret, it's what you do in between the Trainmores that really also matter. Yeah, Trainmores are important, but what are you doing in between? The analogy I like to use is when you go running a marathon, right? You got to be putting in the miles before you hit that marathon. So what you don't want to do is think that, hey, I'm just going to wait and hit it hard Monday of Trainmore. If you're not doing anything right now, the likelihood of that happening is very, very slim, right? So the idea is make it happen between Trainmores in the weeks that aren't Trainmores as well. And then it's easier for you to hit your incentives and things like that. Like right now, we've got Mexico. Well, we've got whatever it is, the first 4 people or 5 people that hit that trip, they're also getting a $200 gift certificate or whatever to the spa. Perfect example of how do you hit those trips the easiest. Yeah, do your best on Trainmore weeks, but hey, guess what? You should probably work really hard in between Trainmores too, right? So that's kind of one of the take homes. Being consistent is the name of the game. Now, how do you be consistent? How do you hit those big Trainmore weeks and non-Trainmore weeks, right? High activity. So specific to, for me, I do this any week there is, but we're talking specifically about Trainmore week to rev your fire, right? So we're talking about Trainmore week, but guess what, guys? You should be doing this anyway. This should just be regular secret sauce here. It's not special Trainmore sauce. This is regular secret sauce. Okay, if you're taking notes, pens up. So these are the things you should be doing anyway, but we're going to talk about how you get ready for a kick-ass Trainmore week. Okay, number 1, you're going to organize your names. Everybody knows this. You need 25 businesses on your sheet of paper or whatever you're doing to take notes, right? So you need this list before Monday. You don't wait and get out there in the field Monday and go, la, 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 like, what am I doing? No, you know what you're doing. How do you know what you're doing? You've already made your list. I've already talked to Kyle about, hey man, tell me where I'm at in Richmond because I'm about to rev it up and I got to have my list. The only way I'm going to have my list is when he tells me where I'm at in Richmond, right? Which he's going to do. He's going to tell all of us where we're at in Richmond, but you get what I mean? Make that list. That's your fire. So 25 businesses every single day. You should be doing that anyway. That way you don't have to think about anything. You just go. Now, what you can be doing if you're going to do a Homeware, if you're not going to Richmond next week, what you can do is start firing up those referrals and things that you've already got working in your turf, right? So look at who you've already talked to. Look at people maybe that said yes on their yes, no cards from an enrollment, but didn't actually enroll, or whatever the case may be. Start revving up that. That's if you're on a home war. I can't do that, obviously, because I'm going to Richmond, right? But just saying. Now, that was number one. Organize your names. Number two, visualize yourself having a great week. You want to make the decision now that you're going to be a rock star next week, right? Visualize that. You can make it the best week you've had so far. One way to do that is go into your canvassing chart, look at your hours, look at your demos, etc., and then beat it. Be like, I'm going to do the most demos I've ever done. You know how that works. You do the most demos you've ever done, sales are going to follow, right? That's how that works. It's a science. Look at your best nap ever. Best nap week, try to beat that, right? You can find all that out with your canvassing chart and the trillion of reports we have available to us. Now, the other thing you want to do is back to that marathon thing. You're not just going to go out and run that many miles, right? You're going to be doing it this week already. So you want to get in the habit of you're waking up early and you're going to work till late, right? So the idea is that, hey, up early, home late, up early, home late. That way your body next week, you're not in like culture shock. I know my hierarchy, we got 2 people in sales academy. They're already up early this week and working till late. I like it. It's exactly what I need you to be doing, right? The other thing is to think about it, visualize, hey, you know what? Instead of getting 1 family protected a day, I'm going to have 3, 4, or 5, right? So just use that, visualization to visualize having a great week and setting yourself up for success, that you're going to have the best week you've ever had so far in your career this coming week. And guess what? It's open enrollment wherever you are next week, wherever you are. It's open enrollment week in Virginia, baby. It's open enrollment week in Georgia, wherever you are. It's open enrollment. It's go time. Okay, so number 3, I kind of like to do this. My favorite trainer in the whole world would always repeat himself, and I wondered why, and then I figured it out because I'm like, wow, I missed a couple things. So number 1 was organize your names. Number 2, visualize yourself having a great week. Number 3 is the one that we're on. Recharge your battery. So this weekend, whatever you need to do, I don't know if it's yoga, only you know. I don't know if you need to take a big old nap, but whatever you need to do, recharge your battery so that when it's go time, your body is ready to go and also your brain's ready to go. Everybody who's done this, even for a little bit, knows it's not just a physical game, it's a head game. So you need to be mentally firing on all cylinders as well as physically. So do whatever you got to do. Go for a hike, go to the gym. I don't care what it is, but do it this weekend. Recharge your batteries for a big week. That was number 3, right? So we got the organize the names list, right? I'm going to say this ad nauseum. Number 2, visualize yourself having the best week ever. Number 3, recharge your battery. Number 4, clear the decks. This is not a standard 9 to 5 week, right? Trainmore weeks, up early, back late. You're looking at an 8 to 7 regular schedule, right? So clear the decks. You don't want anybody yanking your chain. You need to tell everybody in your life, hey, guess what? I'm going to be out by 8, like in my meeting, in the field, whatever. And you're going to see me around 7 p.m., right? Unless someone's pants are on fire, I'm not available. The way you can do that, guys, with like spouses and kids and fill in the blank with all this stuff that people have going on, right? How you do that is you can let them know, if you call me twice, I'll pick up. If you call me once, I'm probably in a demo and I ain't answering. I'll call you back. But if you call me twice, I'll know that means that the kid's pants are on fire and maybe I should do something about it, right? So that's one way you can be proactive and not be constantly, distracted. So clear the decks, let your spouse know, let the people in your life know. Here's the gig. How do you get those people to buy into this stuff, right? You're going to remind them that you got Mexico coming or whatever else you're going to use your money for. So if they're supportive of you now, they're going to be real happy real soon, right? So get their buy-in to be like, hey, little kid, you want a new game? Guess how daddy and mommy can buy that for you? We're working 8 to 7, right? So anyway, so just saying that's an 8 to 7 gig this coming week. Now, it's also a great start to your career. So for those guys I was talking about that are in Sales Academy this week, guess how to fire up your career really fast and make your learning curve shorter? Hitting it 8 to 7, being with us in Richmond, Virginia, shadowing me maybe or one of the other leaders, Learning curve shortened, absolutely. So just keep that in mind. It's gonna pay off. It's gonna be worth it. You got to put in the time. So I'm gonna go back. It's number 1, organize names, 25 biz. Number 2, visualize yourself having your best week ever. Number 3, recharge your battery, yoga, hiking, whatever it is. Number 4, clear the decks. Spouses, kids, they need to know what you're doing, and it ain't whatever they're doing. All right, number 5, goal for this week. Gap, hours, demos, best week so far. I kind of already talked about that actually. If you're running a team, it'd be great for you to set a team gap, right? And maybe your highest, right? The best you've ever had as a team. And then also, of course, drill home the point of why is this important for your team to hit that goal? If you're an individual, why is it important for you to hit that goal? What's your why? And then also just why is it important for your personal life, not just your biz? It's probably going to be your why is largely, typically, partly personal, right? So why is that a big deal, right? Also, you can share those goals with your leaders. You can email it to Kyle. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to set the goal for my team, and I'm going to email it to Kyle. I'm going to set my goal for myself. I'm going to email that to Kyle. So feel free. You can Vox it to your leaders. You can Vox it to Kyle. You can email it. But I encourage you, whatever it is, let Kyle know. Let your leader know what it is. I smell accountability. That's what that's called. Accountability. You just told me what you're going to hit. And guess who's not going to forget what you're going to hit? Me. I'm going to make sure you hit it. Okay, so number 1, 25 businesses. 2, visualize yourself having a great week. 3, recharge battery. 4, clear the decks, spouses and kids. Who are those people? Number 5, goal for this week. What are you going to do? It's your best week ever for your team or yourself. Number 6, you want a 2 out of 3 day every day. Does this sound familiar? You're doing this every day anyway, man. Of course you're doing it doing Trainmore because you're doing it anyway. So you're going to play how you practice, right? That's like the sport analogy. You don't just show up for a marathon. Nope, you don't. You're going to die. I'd probably have a stroke in the 5th mile. You're going to be running those miles every week. And then for the grand finale of the big marathon, 21 point, whatever it is, you're going to nail it. You're going to kick it, right? So you're going to play in the real game. However it is you practice. That's the take home. You want to make it impossible not to have a great week. How do you do that? Doing all the things I'm talking about, right? Make it impossible not to have this killer week, right? There's things you can do to set yourself up. You can set up enrollments. If you're doing a homework, you can already set those up. You can set up, of course, appointments, et cetera, et cetera. If we're in Richmond, Virginia, obviously I can't set up an enrollment in Richmond right now because I ain't there, but you get what I mean. I can still set myself up for success. All right, number 7, make your car presentable. It's your office. You don't want to feel like you just crawled out of a pig pen, right? So clean your car, make sure it's working. That really helps when your car is working, right? So clean car maintenance, make sure it's ready to rock for Richmond. A, you want to make sure it gets you to Richmond. And B, you want to make sure it treats you well while you're there. So 1, organize names. 2, visualize your best week ever. 3, recharge your battery. 4, clear the decks. Who's your wife? Who's your kids? I don't know. At least I don't know next week. 5, goal for the week. Beat it. 6, 2 out of 3 days every day. 7, clean your car. 8, supplies. Make sure you've got your brochures ordered and your business cards, that kind of thing. Just make sure you're ready to go, that your office is set. Whatever. Yes, no cards, whatever you got going on, because, hopefully you're going to be doing some on the spot enrollments. Okay, number 9, meal prep. Guys, my meal prep, I'm not the meal prep kind of gal on Sundays. And I promise you, in this heat, when my car is about 130 degrees, I'm not feeling like eating something coming out of my car. So what I do is I pack a Kind bar, KIND. They're great. They're awesome. They keep me going. So I just pack one of those and I'm good. I eat it on the way to my next appointment or my next business and I rock and roll. You do you. But my point is, this meal prep thing doesn't got to be a lot. I literally went to Walmart. I looked at the bars. I decided I would eat a Kind bar every day and not get tired of it. I like peanut butter. I picked that kind and I do it every day. That's all meal prep needs to be. You can do something more elaborate, but you don't have to. So that's meal prep. Now, you can also be watching some of those, podcasts, whatever. So you've got Sharpening the Saw, number 6, How to Have the Best Week of Your Career by Justin Ellingson. He probably knows what he's talking about. You could listen to that, right? So Sharpening Saw, that's number 6. Sharpening Saw, number 10, that's with Howard Lewis. So watch either one of those. Of course, I'm not kicking any out of bed. They're all good, but just saying specifically, if you want to pick one out, hey, guess what? Having the best week of your career by Justin Ellingson, not bad. Good idea. Okay. 7, 8, 9. Okay. That must have been 10. Here's 11. You're going to read claims and eagles every AM. You want to get your head right and your heart right, and that's a good way to do it. Why do we wake up every day and do this? Has to do with those claims, right? And has to do with, hey, people are out there getting with it and writing eagles, and I'm going to too, right? So get your head and your heart right. Number 12, we kind of already talked about this. It's setting up your appointments, getting enrollments. If you're doing a home war, you can already be setting up those enrollments now because you're already in your territory and you just stay in your territory. For those of us going to Richmond, for me, I'm setting up a tight week. As soon as Kyle gives me my my territory in Richmond, it's go time for me. I'm setting up my list and I'm going to hammer it. I'm going to get excited about it and stoked and think about all the business owners. They're going to be so happy I walked in, right? It's going to be the best 10 minutes of their day. Okay, so read those each AM. Set appointments. Okay, pre-eagle, you're going to speak it into existence, right? We'll be sending out something on Vox about writing a pre-eagle. I'll make sure that you guys have that info, but it's basically like saying, hey, you kind of already wrote your ego. Oops. You kind of already wrote your eagle without having written the eagle yet. So calling it the pre-eagle, speaking that into existence kind of goes hand in hand with visualizing your best week effort, right? All right, number 14, you are going to do your dead level best, whatever that is, every single day. Dead level best. That means some on the spot enrollments. That means maybe 5+ clients a day. Maybe. I don't know what your dead level best is. You know. And guess what? Do that. I compare this a lot to yoga. Yoga is the thing of, they say, hey, it's good where you're at, man. And it is. It's good where you're at. So like if I'm doing yoga, I'm doing my best child's pose you've ever seen. And by the way, that still hurts. The guy beside me on the mat, I don't know what he's doing, man. He's maybe in a headstand. Maybe he's doing lotus something or other. I don't even know what that is. My point is I'm doing my dead level best child's pose on my mat. That's all I care about. If everybody in the room's making fun of my child's pose, they're not working hard enough on their own pose, right? They need to be focusing on themselves. So you do your dead level best. It works like yoga. Wherever you're at is good. Make it your dead level best wherever you're at. All right. Wow, these are getting long, so I won't do my repeats as much, but I am gonna recap. Okay. Dead level best, accountability partner. You want an accountability partner, whether that's your leader. I make a pretty badass accountability partner. I would say borderline annoying, but I'm good at accountability. So find your accountability partner, maybe one that doesn't annoy you as badly as me, whoever that is. And you're going to check in with them AM and PM, right? So just make sure you've got somebody making sure that you're doing what we're supposed to do. If you said you were getting 6 demos, your accountability partner at the end of the day is going to say, how'd that go, man? Right? They're also going to be encouraging. They're not going to be emotional vampires. But you know what I mean? Have an accountability partner is the point. Find one. If you don't know one or you want one, I know somebody who can find you one really fast. First name starts with an A, last name starts with a B. Okay, next up. Be loud on Voxer. You want to dominate the Voxer feed, right? Dominate the Voxer feed. When I'm talking about that, I'm talking about the main channel, but I'm talking about your individual channels too. It's really wild. Kyle told me this a long time ago. He's like, people who tend to Vox well do pretty well in this biz, right? When they start off, right? And I'll be daggone if that's not true. The ones that go MIA and I'm not hearing a thing, I don't even know if they're alive, they don't do very well. So the point is, be loud on Vox, whether that's, we'd love it for the main channel, but at the very least, do it on your individual channel. So Vox, and then Vox again. Okay, the next part, dress the part. Come on. You show up the way you feel, right? If you're wearing like something nasty, you probably don't feel that great either. So dress the part, look your best, your dead level best, and go out there and protect families, right? So don't show up looking like Pigpen again. All right. Gratitude and generosity are 2 huge things you don't want to leave home without, right? Gratitude, being grateful for the opportunity that you have, not just to work with Kyle and to work with Van and work with all these other awesome people that you really love and respect, but also just being grateful for the fact that you are physically and mentally able to do this job. There are a lot of people who would like the opportunity to do this job, and they literally can't do it, whether it's a disability or otherwise, right? So remember to be grateful every day. Your worst day is somebody else's best, and they would kill for your worst, right? Don't forget to leave home without your gratitude. The generosity part is, we say this all the time, but it's real. You got to give to get. You got to give, get. Be generous. Don't be stingy. Mindset of abundance. Give, you're going to get. So you know what? Let's give, right? So gratitude and generosity are key. If you leave home with gratitude and generosity, you're going to have a great day. All right. Another motivating factor, right? This is technically number 19, I do believe. But if that's the wrong number, don't worry about it. Just write it down. Work hard for someone or something greater than yourself, right? Back to that generosity. The more you give, the more you get. So I don't care what it is. It might be a charity, that's great. Work for them. It might be a particular person in your life that's really sucking right now, or life is really hard. Work for them. It might be a really good friend of yours. It might be maybe your kid. I don't know. Whoever it is or whatever entity it is, work for them. You want to show up as the best human possible that you can be. And a good way to do that is to work for something greater than yourself. All righty. Number 20, have fun. Believe it or not, we can be really serious about the job and getting it done and have fun at the same time. So have fun. And of course, we always say, keep it simple, stupid, right? KISS, keep it simple. Or maybe some people say, keep it simple, silly, but keep it simple. Okay. Be yourself, smile, laugh. People love doing business with people who are funny, with people who seem like they actually like their lives. So just have fun. Enjoy yourself, smile, laugh, or whatnot. If you make a mistake, haha, that was funny. One of my favorite sayings is, hey, let's just delete that, right? I think I got that out of one of those old 90s movies. Hey, we're going to pretend that, if he was Liar, Liar, Jim Carrey, delete. So I just say, I don't, hey, we're just going to delete what I just said right there because that was the wrong thing. I'm backing up. I was ahead of myself. Isn't that funny? They usually laugh and say, this chick's funny. This chick is wide open. So anyway, so have fun, keep it simple, be yourself, whatever that is. If you're not goofy, don't be goofy. It's okay, but be yourself. Also, bring that passion, right? Show up with some fire in your belly. You were chosen to be part of one of the fastest growing agencies at Globe Life, right? Take that into consideration and get fired up about it, right? You're in business with some of the best people. You sell literally the best product on the market for what we do. We are the number one business in supplemental coverage. So when you're showing up in the business, why on earth would they want to work with not the best, right? So remember that and get fired up about it, to be like, I'm not trying to knock anybody down, but I'm pretty solid that we're the best. So you probably want to talk to me and you probably want to hear about the best. You've also got stud leaders, wink, wink. And so we all want to help you. We all are giving of our time. I'd say to a fault in my case. So we want to help. We want to see everybody succeed. And I'm talking leaders. We want to see everybody succeed, not just the ones on our team, right? Not just the ones on our team. So call any of the leaders, Vox them, whatever the case may be. We're here for you. We want to see you succeed, and we will give you whatever you're asking for. If we don't know how to give it to you, we're going to find out. So you've got a wealth of resources. So use them. Okay. And of course, we're all, as leaders, the way the business works, we lead from the front. We'll get right down and dirty right there with you, right? Especially if you're giving us 100%, or as I like to say, I prefer 120. But you give me 120, I give you 120. You give me 100, I give you 100. You want to give me 10? I'm cool with that, man, because you're going to get 10 back. So just know that you have great leaders. We're here to help you and support you. Let us know what you need and use us, because we're here. Sounds really bad to be used, but you know what I mean? That's the whole point, leading from the front. Now, your passion could be that you're building this kick-ass business for you and your family. So that might light your fire, right? Maybe if the stud leaders don't light your fire, your family lights your fire. I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for generational wealth, so that if I'm dead and gone, my family's still kicking it, right? Whatever it is, get fired up about it. And it'll give you momentum long before Monday when you're really going to need it, right? Gotcha. Excellent. Okay, so that's pretty much wrapping it up. What I want to do now is, those are all action items, what I just went over. So I'm going to recap them really fast. Sorry that I'm going to move fast, but my God, there's a lot. Organize names, 25 businesses, visualize yourself having your best week ever, recharge your battery this weekend, clear the decks. Who's your spouse? Who's your kids? I don't know. Have a 2 out of 3 day every day. Clean your car. No pig pens. Supplies. Get your supplies. Get your brochures. Get your business cards. Meal prep. Might be a cereal bar. That's meal prep, baby. Watch some episodes. Watch some podcasts. Sharpening the Saw. Number 6. Justin Ellingson. That's a good one. Read Claims and Eagles every morning. Set up yourself for success. Appointments, whatever that looks like for you next week. Enrollments, whatever. Pre-eagle, speak your ego into existence. Let's go. Dead level best, you're doing your dead level best. You're doing your dead level child's pose on the mat. I don't care what that person besides you doing. Don't care. I care if it's your dead level best. Okay, accountability partner, find one. If you can't find one, ask for one. I'll give you one. Be loud on Voxer, dominate on Voxer, right? You're dominating the field, you're dominate on Voxer. Dress the part. Again, no, we don't have time for pig pens. Gratitude and generosity. Don't leave home without them, right? Gratitude, generosity. Work hard for something greater than yourself, a person, an entity. I don't care what it is. Work hard for someone else. Have fun, kiss, keep it simple, stupid. And remember that you've got that passion and fire in your belly, because we sell the best product out there, and we have stud leaders and work with some of the best humans on the planet. So if I named, and this is just, take this for what it's worth. This is just my 2 cents, right? But you do you. So it doesn't matter. This is my 2 cents, which I have a habit of giving whether you want it or not. But guess what? You don't got to take it. So action items. Number 1, if I said one thing that I do and I consistently do, even when I know my territory, which usually I don't, usually I'm in another one. But one thing I consistently do is list a biz. And I get it. And man, do I like checking it off. I don't even care if it was a sucky experience. I like taking my pen and I go, checkaroo, I did that business. Kind of sucked, but I did it. And now I'm going on to business number 3, which is that one, right? So that is a game changer. Number 2, if I name something that's game changers, clearing the decks. When someone tells me they're having a problem and they say, hey, I want to shadow you, or I go, hey, let me see your demo. Let me see what you're doing in the field. I'm going to watch you for the first hour and a half. They look like a fart in a windstorm, right? And that means they didn't clear their decks. They're taking phone calls. They're checking Facebook. I don't know what they're doing. Sometimes I ask. Sometimes I don't want to know the answer. But, I'm like, hey, what are you doing on your phone, man? Because I'm trying to protect families out here. I don't know what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. If you're with me, that's what you're doing. So in other words, clear the decks. Seems like people have a really challenging time with that. 25 biz, clear the decks. If I was going to do 2 top things that I do every day, it's that. Goals. Set them. We've got something called the VPF, right? Or the weekly game plan, whatever it is. It's I write mine Sunday nights, right? It's that little jot form. Kyle sends it out every Saturday morning. Click on that link, fill it in. That'd be awesome. So set your goals. Always do your dead level best. Think about yoga. I think some people get caught up in, but I'm not as good as Kyle. You're not supposed to be. He's an agency owner, right? You're doing your dead level best. You're not worried about his lotus pose thingy over there. You're worried about your whatever you're doing. Number 5, the biggest other thing, I show up as myself every day, right? Sometimes people think I'm funny. Sometimes they don't. Either way, it's me. Sometimes people like me. Sometimes they don't. No matter. I showed up as me. I don't know who else to be, right? So be yourself. So that would be my big take homes for what they're worth. If you're gonna pull out a few things from that list, those would be my top 5. Now, what I want everyone to do real quick, and I know we got to wrap up. 8:32. Yeah, we're almost right on time. What I want is feedback. How about 3 people? Who is willing to say their first action that they're going to take to get ready for Kick-Ass Trainmore? Anybody out there? If not, I'll try to find somebody.
I will.
Go. Is that Bobby Bean? No, that is. Could you tell me who you are?
This is Krista.
Krista. Okay, go, Krista.
Okay, first I want to say you just set the whole tone for my day today. You are freaking amazing. Like your energy, and I swear, when I went through through Sales Academy, I called Brad and I was like, this dude keep teaching us right now is monotoned. I'm about to fall asleep. Like it drags. Like it was so bad. But man, you got me flipping pumped. Like, oh my God. And I just sent in Voxer, I want you as my accountability coach if you'll take me. But what you said about be you as an action, I think I've overthought this a lot of times. And instead of going in there and just relaxing and being me, so that's one of my biggest actions, because I am an over organizer, like the list, do it every day. Like I actually have 7,842 businesses in my territory, and I have them all written down, which is insane because I went through Google, like y'all, I overdid it. So being me and just having fun, like you really put that passion back in. So one, thank you so daggone much. And definitely just showing up and being myself. And I'm ready to kick ass and take names next week. Like I'm so excited to go to Richmond.
Awesome. I can't wait to meet you and see you. Good to know you're going. Hey, who's another person that's willing to say some? Thanks for sharing, Krista. Who's another person that's willing to say what's their action today to get ready for Trainmore? Well, that was exciting. Anyone? Gareth.
Hey, it's Ron here.
Hey, go.
Yeah, just having that list is going to be super helpful for the Trainmore. Just knowing where you're going every day. I think that really sets the tone for just doing your dead level best, because then you're not stuck in your car driving all over the place trying to figure out, okay, where do I start? So just having that solid starting point every day will make your Trainmore so much better. And yeah, obviously it's number one on the list for a reason. So thanks for sharing that.
Cool. Anyone else that can share? I appreciate that, Ron. Anyone else that can share? Alice, I see you. Gareth, I see you. Patrick, I see you. Papal, anyone? One last one. They might be somewhere they can't talk. I don't know. Oh, here comes Papal. I still can't hear you, Papal. Victoria, you there?
Keep it simple. That's it. You know what, like we say, when in doubt, whip it out, pull that iPad out, just get into it.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. All right, guys, go make it a great day. Christoph, follow up with you on being your accountability partner. Does anyone else have any comments or questions? I'm going to give it about a 5-second pause, and then let's go protect families and do what we do. 1,000. 2,000.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, Kyle. You're coming to life.
That was great, Alison. Thanks for the energy. And that was a great adrenaline shot for everybody. And just, going through that is the secret sauce. Guys, that is the secret sauce, what she just talked about. So let's implement that today. Let's not wait until Monday, like she said. Today, do hard things today. Your week will be easier next week. If you don't do hard things now, it's going to be harder for you next week. So do hard things right now, and you'll make your life easier in the long run. So let's go implement all those things today, or as many as you possibly can, and run your business like a business.
Let's go.
All right, guys, we're out. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for Thirsty Thursday. Thank you.